And make sure we're recording. Good morning. It is day 4 of our Aroma Boost Challenge. We had a massive storm last night, massive rainstorm. So my computer and everything was all out of whack. So good morning, Beth. Good to have you here. Happy vacation. So day 4 of our Aroma Boost Challenge. How are you doing? Hey, Beth.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Any questions or thoughts or comments before we get started today?
No, I'm not a morning person, so
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. This is so early.
I wake up early, but that doesn't mean I'm ready to function for the day.
I hear you. Boy, do I hear you. I'm so with you there. Yes. So this morning, I just wanted to take a moment as we're starting. Oh, it's just raining again. It has just rained and rained and rained here. Crazy. Beautiful. So I wanted to really give an overview, quick overview of what emotional intelligence is. So Beth, if you would cut your mic off, and then if you have a question or whatever, you can cut it back on. That just helps keep static and stuff out. Yes. So
I thought it was off.
I know. Oh, no, it's no worries. I know you know. I had a client this week ask me, what you keep talking about emotional intelligence. Would you just please tell me what the heck that is? Didn't quite say it like that, but I paused and I thought, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Let me rewind. So emotional intelligence, this emotional IQ, is something that was brought out by psychologist, a brilliant man, Daniel Goleman. And an emotional IQ, emotional intelligence, let me just read the definition for you. Emotional intelligence describes the ability, capacity, skill, or self-perceived ability to identify, assess, and manage the emotions of oneself, of others, and of groups. So vitally important. And quite honestly, not talked about enough. And now I am definitely hearing that there's curriculums in schools now, and there's, obviously this is widespread in businesses. But there's one area an area I'm very involved in, actually, in the church realm, in the religious realm, a sphere. Emotions are really not talked about very much at all. Probably more today than they were in the past, but in the past, not so much. And boy, do I wish that it had been when I was raising my 3 children. But the great thing about life is it's never too late to start again. And so we are really learning and growing as a family with this emotional intelligence understanding. So Daniel Goleman says this: if your emotional abilities aren't in hand, if you don't have self-awareness, if you are not able to manage your distressing emotions, if you can't have empathy and have effective relationships, then no matter how smart you are not going to get very far. He continues, people who possess a high degree of emotional intelligence, that EQ, know themselves very well and are also able to sense the emotions of others. They are affable, resilient, and optimistic. Surprisingly, emotional intelligence is a relatively recent behavioral model, 1995 being recent. So I will upload a couple articles on our Facebook page. And Beth, were you able to connect there? Did you see the invitation that I sent?
Yes, I found it late last night.
Yay. Okay. So I will upload a couple articles that just give a quick, easy assessment of that. And the little model right here, if you can see it. The domains of emotional intelligence are self-awareness, which is very much what we're doing here in the Aroma Boost. Social awareness, self-motivation, very much a part of the Aroma Boost. social skills, and self-regulation. Once again, a very big part of what we're doing here in the Aroma Boost. I bought this little guide from the Harvard Business Review in the airport a couple of years ago, Emotional Intelligence and Happiness. And I ascribe very much to the research and studies of positive psychology. And the reason that I do that, sometimes you get the name of it, makes people stick back a little bit, but it's about a 20-year-old research study. It's definitely a new wing of psychology, but positive psychology was developed by two psychiatrists who were very frustrated with their therapeutic counseling work, because they could bring someone from total depression or bipolar, they could bring these people in their practice to homeostasis, which is balance. They could bring them to zero, but they couldn't get them to actually experience happiness and joy and meaningfulness. And so they began studying and researching and developing these amazing tools on how to actually help someone, specifically someone who has a deeper issue of mental health problems, to not just be able to stabilize, exist, manage, but actually to swing on over and experience what they call eudaimonia, which is a meaningful life. So I love what one of their beautiful doctorate fellows writes here. She says, one of the misconceptions about happiness is that happiness is being cheerful, joyous, and content all the time, always having a smile on your face. Oh, it's not. Being happy and leading rich lives is about taking the good with the bad and learning how to reframe the bad. I love that so much. Just thought that was so good. So that's what we're doing here. That's what we do in the Speak Healing Words community, is we focus on the threefold cord of emotional and relational, and I add spiritual health, which I believe has three chords. A healthy sense of self. That's that strong sense of identity and secure attachment. I know who I am. I am confident in my skin. I'm comfortable in my skin. I know who I am. Healthy behavioral patterns and healthy communication skills. So I've been doing this a long time, but in my 50s went back and got my master's in counseling, my board certification in marriage and family specialization. So I know that in this latter part of my life, I'm heading on 60, I'm going to be continuing. I know that my main mission in life is to share the message of this threefold cord, that when we have a healthy sense of self, we have healthy communication skills, we have healthy behavior patterns, the world, our families, our workplaces, our churches, our schools will be a far more meaningful and rewarding place in which to be. So on to our Aroma Boost. Please, any questions? Oh goodness, I keep hitting my little table here. So sorry. It's early, Beth. And I do want to welcome those who join us later, who aren't getting up this early and who watch the recording later. So I will be available. You can email me if you don't have Facebook or Instagram message, whatever you have. There's a million ways to get in touch with me, all of us these days. So the Aroma Boost. So the Aroma Boost is that wonderful technique, that immediate call to action that helps you conquer, overcome, complete a task that perhaps you have been avoiding, that's overwhelmed you, confused you, frustrated you. Beth, you said you weren't doing because you're on vacation, so I won't put you on the spot today to see if you had added any of the Aroma Boost practice. But if you have, you're welcome to share perhaps what your affirmation, what your goal intention was, but you don't have to. Okay, you can chime in anytime. So we're going to go ahead with today's Aroma Boost. And what I want you to do, make sure you have your oils. So the Memory Release Blend, or any oil that brings you a sense of strength or clarity. I said yesterday, I use Clarity quite a bit. It's a blend, an essential blend from Young Living. And it just activates my brain. It makes me wake. It's like, whoa. You can use any of the citrus oils, but the MRB, the Memory Release Blend, is a 3-part oil blend, and it's stress away, lavender, and frankincense. And if you haven't blended it together yet, you can just use a drop or 2 of each, and you'll swirl that around in your hands. If you are blending one, you just put 1/3 of each in a bottle or a dropper. Do not add a carrier oil at all. It needs to be straight oil. So no carrier oil with that. Just 1/3 of stress away, 1/3 of lavender, and 1/3 of frankincense. We want to get the potency, the full potency of the oils. Yes, ma'am. You have a question? Oh, okay. And then have your affirmation oil. So believe, once again, any oil that turns your brain on, makes your brain feel great, joy, lemon, citrus, vitality, higher potential, faith, you name it, any of those oils. But Dr. Perkis does recommend Believe, and he recommends Transformation. So both of those oils are just activators. And as I've shared, Aroma Boost, Dr. Perkis also calls it Aroma Activator. So I'm not really sure which name he'll land on, but I tend to like Boost. And I like Activator too. You know, chiropractors use activators to stimulate your vertebrae and get them aligned. So we are aligning our emotional self here. So first and foremost, identify today's situation. Identify the situation. Now, I've shared that I'm doing the same one every day because I have quite a few unfinished tasks on my list. So I am picturing a specific task that I need to accomplish today that I have been avoiding or procrastinating just because it's overwhelming. It's like my list is so long. And one of the goals and intentions of my current life is to not make false promises. Meaning, in my client practice or in life in general, I'm not saying, yeah, let's meet for coffee. We can do that. I don't have time to meet for coffee right now. It's just that it's a time when God is bringing a lot of clients to me, and I'm grateful, and they need my highest presence. And so there are going to be plenty of days in the future when I can meet for coffee, or I can do this or do that, or but right now I just don't want to make false promises. Oh yeah, I'll send you that file, and then I forget because life gets busy. So identify a current situation that feels overwhelming, frustrating. Okay, you have it? Clearly picture that. Let's take a deep breath. Clearly picture that. And now I want you to name the feeling. Find one word that describes how you feel when you picture the situation. One word, one feeling, one word feeling of how you feel when you picture the situation. Defeated would be one. Sad, hopeless, lonely, frustrated, overwhelmed, confused, tired. And locate that feeling in your body. That would be in my brain, my mind. What about you? Could be in your heart, your head, your belly, anywhere else. It can be in a bodily posture, maybe slumped over. You may be clenching your jaw. Okay. Beth, I think your mic's on, just to let you know. Thank you.
It says no.
Okay, it was off a minute ago. There you go. You're good. Good. Now it went on. Okay. Okay, you're good, I think. Okay, click it off one more time and just, that's, yeah, stay there. Don't do anything. That's awesome. Okay, so we've identified the situation, name the feeling, one word feeling, locate that feeling in your body, and now identify the negative thought connected to the feeling. For me is, I just really don't want to do it. It could be, I'm just so tired. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time in the day. You think you can do that? Really? Not going to happen. That would be some of the voices of the negativity. And then I want you to take, once you have that negative thought, remember at any time during our boost session, you can pause, take your time. This is time, your time. It's important time. That's why we're doing this. So you can pause, take a little bit more time if you need it. If you don't, then you can just keep on going. So you're going to take your MRB, your Stress Away Lavender and Frankincense, put a drop or two in your hand, and oh, I just love the smell. Just want you to swirl and twirl and whirl it around. So good. And I want you to bring your hands up to your nose. You can bring them far away. You can bring them here. Just wherever you feel comfortable and can really breathe the oils into the focusing on the situation. So focus on the situation. Focus on the situation. Connect to the feeling in your body. Focus on the situation and connect to the feeling in your body and notice. Notice what happens to the picture of the situation and how you feel in your body and in your mind. And now decide what's next. So 3 pathways here, 3 movements. You can move on to the affirmation stage, which is step 7. You can go back, perhaps while you were breathing, another negative feeling came up or it intensified. As I've said all week, I'm going to choose that movement and walk you through a second round, guide you through just in case. But if you had a shift, you experienced a sense of calm and confidence and that, okay, this is manageable. I've got this. I actually shifted. I saw myself walking up my steps, going up into my recording room and taping a podcast today. I've been avoiding it. I don't know why. This takes a lot of mental energy. And I actually saw myself doing that and setting it up. So I shifted. I feel it's more manageable. I can do this. And so let's just go through another round and identify the negative feeling. What is this secondary negative feeling that has come? Maybe it's a different situation. Just picture that. Name the feeling. What are you feeling now? I was feeling defeated. What might be the secondary feeling that this negative feeling? What is that one word feeling that you're feeling? Stalled, resistant, weak, sluggish. And where do you feel that in your body? Where are you feeling that in your body? Your head, your heart, your belly, sluggish, just ugh. And identify the negative thought then. What negative thought is coming against, or what is connected to the feeling? I just don't want to do it. I really don't. And then you'll take another drop of your MRV, your memory release, stress away lavender frankincense, and breathe in. Picture that situation, connect with the feeling in your body. Just breathe deeply into the picture in your mind, the feeling in your body. Breathe into that. Take your time. This is your time. Breathe deeply. Notice. Notice what happens to the picture of the situation. Notice what happens to the feeling. And notice what happens in your body. And breathe. Now, moving to step 6 and deciding what is next, hopefully you've experienced a shift, okay? If not, if that negative feeling is still there, or any negative thoughts connected to the picture, then you may need to move ahead and do a full aroma freedom technique. And we will be walking through one of those in the very, very near future for you. But in the meantime, you can contact me and I can help you with that. So step 7 is identify your next action step. So for the situation that had been previously overwhelming, but now your feeling is more manageable, what is the next step needed in the situation? For me, it will be walking up those steps, setting up my podcast, and getting the materials ready, taping the podcast, uploading it, and sending it out. So my manageable steps just unfolded in my mind. And I don't feel overwhelmed. And I don't feel exhausted or drained or defeated. What about you? So what's your next step? I want you to picture yourself doing the step and name the positive feeling you will have when it's done. I'm going to feel proud of myself because I have been putting it off. I'm going to feel like, when God created the days, he stepped back and he went, it's good. That's so good. That's good, Pride. That's good. Well done. Well done. You created some beautiful things today. So picture yourself doing the step. Every time I get to this step, what happens, right? I just smile. I feel the positivity already. So examples of feeling would be happy, joyous, grateful, elated, satisfied, productive, grateful. Where do you feel this positive feeling in your body? Man, I just feel it on my face. I feel my whole brain just lightened up. So where do you feel it? In your heart, your belly, your shoulders are back. You're ready to put on your tennis shoes and get started. And then step 10 is create an affirmation that integrates all of these elements. So you're going to fill in the blanks. This is a simple statement with tremendous power to ignite your brain into full optimization. I feel pride in my brain as I tape and publish my podcast. What about you? I feel in my, you fill that out. I feel satisfaction in my smile as I organize the kitchen. I don't know. You fill in the blanks. And then I want you to find a power pose, step 11. Find a power pose. Power poses are mighty. I'm going to go ahead and I forgot to put up the TED Talk about power poses by Amy Cuddy, and I'll do that right after we're done. But find a power pose that expresses the energy of this statement. So, oh, yeah, wow, whatever makes you feel powerful. Wonder Woman, I do this one a lot. It grounds me, or I just do this. Centers my heart. But I want you to stand. I'm not going to stand because I need to stay present for you and hold your space. But find a power that expresses the energy of this statement, power pose. And then the last step, the step 12, is the beautiful step that I enjoy thoroughly. Say your affirmation while smelling an essential oil and standing in your power pose. Shared with you, Dr. Perkis suggests believe, transformation. They're both blends, Young Living blends. You can use citrus fresh, lemon, any Young Living oil that you just love, joy, whatever, one that you just release, one that you love. You're going to put that in the palm of your hand, swirl that together. And standing in your power pose, you're going to do 3 things. You're going to breathe in the beautiful affirming oil, say your affirmation. I feel pride in my brain, in my mind, as I tape and publish my podcast today. That's mine. What is yours? I'm going to give you a minute. Give this time. This affirming step is so critically important to your brain, to your mind. So breathe deeply, speak your affirmations, stand in strength with strong footing. You are so capable. You want to just breathe this for like a minute or 2. So if you need to stop this, fine. We're going to go on for the sake of time, but I am so grateful that you were here with me today to move through the 12 steps of the Aroma Boost. I want you to be blessed and boosted so that you can live in that eudaimonia, high, fullest, meaningful life. So any thoughts or questions before we go? I'm going to honor your time and just be blessed, be boosted. Any thoughts or questions, Beth, before we go?
Nope, not today.
Okay, my friend. Well, I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your day. Be blessed, be boosted.
Thanks, you too.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye.